Business Foundations for Mums with me, Kate Butcher, is the podcast to listen to if you are a mum who is ready to launch your business, not sure where to start, or wanting to turn that sideline into something more serious. It will be full of practical tips, mindset advice, and inspirational and honest interviews with mums who are juggling business and motherhood, supporting mums in business to turn your dream into a reality. Hello and welcome to today's episode of Business Foundations for Mums. First of all, apologies for the voice. I'm getting over a chest infection and I've also got hay fever at the moment, so I'm fairly bunged up and feeling quite unpleasant with all of that going on in my head, but that's just the way it is at this time of year. So I thought today I would talk about consistent visibility. This is something that I have traditionally struggled with myself. It's something that I've been doing a lot of work with a mentor who I've been working with recently. And she talks a lot about visibility. She's talked a lot about visibility in the past and has really been encouraging me to be consistently visible, to be going live on my page a lot more than I have been, to be getting my face out there, and to be going out there every single day and putting something out on social media every single day and just being consistently visible. And it's something I've always struggled with. I've maybe not felt particularly confident to do that. One of the things that I've always struggled with is about being heard. Are people interested in what I have to say? And that's something I've also done a lot of work around recently with a coach that I've been working with. But being consistently visible is something that has always felt really, really uncomfortable. Constantly putting your face out and not necessarily getting the reactions or the interactions that you would hope for if you're putting posts out consistently. I've Facebook lives, Instagram lives, all of those things out consistently. And you don't necessarily, quite often, no one will come on and see you on live or see me on live anyway. But sometimes it then doesn't also get any kind of reactions necessarily. And you wonder if it's worth it. I wonder if it's worth it. And I found it really challenging. And I'm a person that likes to see results for me to be able to carry on doing something. If I don't see the results, I am very guilty of giving up too easily. And it's something that I've really been encouraged recently to just stick at it. It is the long game when it comes to being visible and being consistently visible and becoming known for what you talk about. So I've stuck at it. And I wanted to share an experience. I did share it on a Facebook Live as well, but I wanted to share it on the podcast as well that I had recently. I went to a nearby town, which is quite near to where we used to live, and went to a food festival with my parents and my son. And I bumped into several people who I used to know when I used to live in that area, 4 people to be precise. And every single one of those people straight away said to me something along the lines of, "Oh my gosh, I saw that you just walked up Snowdon. Oh, I've seen you doing this, that, and the other on social media." Every single person knew what I was up to. And these aren't necessarily people who I engage with or interact with on a particularly regular basis, or even necessarily people who I've ever had a consistent or regular relationship with on social media. But these are all people who have been in my network in some way or another. And every single one of them has seen on social media what I have been doing. And it just goes to show that you may not see the reactions, you may not see the likes and the comments and people interacting with your posts, but people are definitely seeing them. If you're going out there consistently and you're putting out content consistently, people are seeing them. I even had an interaction with a lady who I didn't know, who recognized me from social media and said hello to me. And she said, "I follow you on Facebook." And that just goes to show as well, I don't know all of the people who are following me on social media. I don't see myself as somebody who is particularly out there and has lots of followers who I don't know, although of course that is what building a business and a brand and a following is all about. That's what I'm aiming for, certainly. But to have somebody I had never met before actually saying, I follow you on Facebook, was a really big boost for me. It really helped to encourage me that people are seeing, people I know and people I don't know are seeing on social media what I'm doing and what I'm up to. And they are seeing those posts that I'm putting out. So it's really given me a good boost to get out there and carry on doing it. One lovely lady who I bumped into, who I haven't seen for a while, actually said to her, oh, I haven't seen you for ages. And her response was, I see you almost every day on Facebook. And I thought, wow, people not only are seeing me, but are seeing me consistently and regularly. And one of the things that I have been taught by this mentor recently, and I suppose it goes without saying, well, it doesn't go without saying because I'm going to say it, but it's one of those things that, of course, when you say it makes sense and it's obvious, but sometimes I certainly need reminding. But if you go out there and you consistently talk about what you do, who you are, who you represent, who you deliver your services to, what you can do for those people, then they may not need you now. They may not need you ever, but they might know somebody who does, or they might decide that they need you in the future. And when they get to a point where they think, okay, I need somebody to help me with whatever it is you deliver, then if you are consistently out there on social media saying what it is that you do, they are going to know that you are the person that they can come to get whatever it is they need that you have to offer. And it is about reminding people that you're there, because if you're not around for a while, they will forget. They will forget about you. They will forget who it is who was talking about that thing that they need. It's also about that know, like, and trust factor. If people know you for a specific thing that you talk about, if people like what you talk about and the way that you deliver things, if people know that you talk with authority about your subject matter, then that's building that trust in what you do. And if people know that you are a person that they feel comfortable to interact with, then you're growing that know, like, and trust. People will know you for what you do, they will like what you deliver, and they will trust that you have the authority to talk about what it is that you deliver. So that's a really, really important thing to take into consideration. So if you ever feel a bit uncomfortable about being visible, you feel that you're putting your stuff out there and no one's seeing it, just remember, they are. People are lurking. People are watching what you do. People are looking at your posts. Just because they don't necessarily interact all of the time doesn't mean that they're not looking. And turn that around and think about when you scroll through your social media feeds, when you look at Facebook, when you go through your Instagram account. I don't know about you, but there's plenty of things that I look at and I see and I read, and I don't necessarily have enough invested to click on that like button. I do try to, if it's something I really agree with or someone who I really like or support, I will try to do that. But there's a lot of stuff that I look at that I don't necessarily interact with in any way. They don't get my interaction, but they might have got my attention. And it might be that I'm not interested in what that person is delivering right now, but it might be that I know who they are. I know that they are the go-to person for something. And it might be that in the future, whether it be a few weeks, months, years down the line, I want what they're delivering. And I will know that person for what they keep talking about on their social media accounts. So keep at it. Be consistent. Get out there. Be visible. Get your face out there. Tell people what you do. And it does pay off. I hope you have a wonderful week. And next week, we'll be back with another fantastic interview. Thank you for joining us here at Business Foundations for Mums. You can find all of our episodes, show notes and blog posts at businessfoundationsformums.co.uk, and you can follow us on Instagram or Facebook